to be joined over the phone by our prominent guest, Dr. Omnia Ibrahim, political analyst. Hello, Dr. Omnia. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Omnia.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we are so delighted to be joined by you today. And we wanted to ask you some question based on the news from today's newspaper. Could you please shed more light on the objective of the Justice City?
Okay, Justice City means that digitalization of infrastructure component to make new transformation system for modern technology in justice, and this leads to improve the family court and lawsuit service for a more sustainable future for the next generation. In my book, it's a good step for modernization of the country and making good use of justice infrastructure transformation for making good shadow for the justice in Egypt.
Okay, and how would the city ensure streamlined and expeditious justice and provide citizens with distinguished judicial services?
Okay, it's by the digital modernization system that makes something like phone call, SMS, and other uses of technology to make it easy for citizens to gain their rights and make a notification about the issues that are interested in.
And please tell us more about the package of measures and initiatives that were launched to upgrade the judicial system.
Okay, it's considered to be no new system all over the world to make use of information of justice and the law to put in action in modernization of new era of justice in Egypt. It will make a family court and the lawsuit service that will help all of the citizens from this technology to give service in just a moment and ready to make use of technology in justice.
Indeed. And Dr. Omnia, we read from daily news, Egypt aims to restore global cotton standing as private sector role in state textile firm revamp. Egypt is advancing plans to modernize the state-owned holding company for cotton, spinning, weaving, and clothing, seeking to boost private sector involvement in its operations and management to restore the global standing of Egyptian cotton. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli made the announcement on Monday during a meeting at the government headquarters in the new Alamein city. Madbouli reiterated that President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and state agencies are closely monitoring the sector development. The government aims to maximize the use of industry's existing capabilities while enhancing the private sector's contribution to its management and operation. Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs Hussein Isa reviewed the executive status of the National Development Project. Dr. Omnia, why is it a must to develop the holding company for cotton spinning, weaving and clothing, and how would that help Egypt preserve the reputation of the famous Egyptian cotton?
Okay, in my book, to request the private sector that is will open new upgrade aim to Egypt and the historic position in sector that we have a long history in this aspect. To make new global market for Egypt and making use of sustainable factors for making sustainability and sustainable development for 23 vision. I think it will be a good first start point in regaining the position of Egypt in cotton industry and making the use of environmental sectors to regain what we were in the past in this aspect, and making the foreign official investment for strengthening Egypt's economic state.
Dr. Omnia?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. From Egypt Today, we read Madbouli reviews plans to attract foreign investment, support growth, and Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli held a meeting with Minister of Planning and Economic Development Ahmed Rustum and senior ministry officials to review measures aimed at strengthening Egypt's economic competitiveness and attracting more foreign direct investment. The discussions have covered progress on the FY 2026-2027 Economic and Social Development Plan, coordination with governorates on public investment and other priority economic files. Rostom has said the government is prioritizing the Decent Life Initiative and the Universal Health Insurance System while working across ministries to limit the impact of regional crises on supply chain and petroleum and food prices. He added also that the government is strengthening strategic reserves of essential commodities, securing petroleum supplies and accelerating the transition to renewable energy. The minister also reported a significant financial turnaround at the National Investment Bank, which recorded at a net profit of nearly 6 billion LE for the financial year ending June 30, 2025. The meeting also reviewed preparations for Egypt to host the third Global Entrepreneurship Festival in November. Rostom said the event would showcase Egypt's position as regional entrepreneurship hub and highlight its young talent and investment potential. Dr. Omnia, how do you assess the efforts exerted by the state to strengthen Egypt's economic competitiveness and attract more foreign direct investment?
Yeah, the universal health insurance is very important for the citizen and the other issues to remove the prices effects and supply chain and food prices. That make new strength and pressure of this issue on citizens. So Egypt goes forward to regain its position as a regional entrepreneur and making good use of the crisis to invest in it to make it as a chance and an opportunity to overcome from this. I think that it will make Lulu on the citizen and it would be gaining your certification of citizen and making good internal stability in Egypt during this crisis that's around us. So it's very important to emphasize in this development in this sector for the next generation and making removal of loads on the shoulder of citizens. And it's very important to make good use of supply chain that's found like canal and use of the factors that lead to development and improvement of all factors that we face and remove the obstacle as a opportunity and remove all the obstacles to push the limits to achieve our goals as citizens that are dreaming a good dream before their country. So it's a very important point to do so.
Yes. Why is the state prioritizing the Decent Life initiative and the universal health insurance system while working to limit the impact of regional crises on supply chains and petroleum and food prices?
Yeah, it is very important. Making clothing and block packs for a supply chain is very important to realize that is the big prices that cause the very high inflation issue and cause high prices for petrol and food prices. And it will convert the inflation all over the world. And Egypt will be affected also. So Egypt take some steps to make the insurance system to pay attention for the citizen and their safety to be good and the process from citizens that will remove all obstacles to improve the status of our country. So it is a good step to working crisis to remove and make benefits from the challenges to be opportunities and overcome from this limited chances to be survival in this crisis that are surrounding us in the Middle East also are affected by us, and we are the both affected together by the crisis that's found in the area.
Thank you very much, Dr. Omnia Ibrahim, political analyst. Thank you really, and we now go back to continue the rest of segments of Good Morning Egypt. I'm Maya Abeid. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and follow us for more news on www.nilinternational.net.